It's Monday. I missed out yesterday, but we're gonna hop into here. Oh yeah. Okay, so basically, what you guys have seen today, the dollar did a major, I want to say a correction, going back down. You guys can see that already. I'm on the 15-minute chart, but I want to show you guys the weekly chart though. So like I said, basically on the last previous candle, on this one, this bullish candle here, the one that went right up and actually targeted this structure here back here at 97. This structure that I was talking about previously. And I'm still looking for the US dollar to keep going and keep pushing for 98. And then we'll come to this zone here, this gap here, 99 and 100. So long-term wise, I am looking to just keep buying the US dollar. Regardless of what's going on with UJ and gold, I mean, those two pairs have just been offset. Like gold has been doing a major retracing or going back to this 1250 area. And then from there, it might come back to 1260. And like I said, wouldn't be surprised if it tries to shoot for this price, 1300. So that's another thing. But ultimately, like I said, we're hopping on back and a lot of stuff. Ultimately, we have what am I looking at? Okay. We have the Fed interest rate decision. I am a big believer that the Fed is gonna do their rate hike, and is gonna call it, like I said, if they do the rate hike, they're gonna send the US dollar going up. And so now, on the other hand, like I said, I was talking about gold. Gold's been doing its own thing. So gold can just backlash. You probably get whipsawed. But ultimately, like I said, gold's been doing its own thing. So you don't want to be trying to portray gold into where the US dollar is projected. So that's another thing, because gold's not really correlating as much. So if people are going to buy gold, they're going to buy gold. But like I said, Wednesday is a really, really key event, and it's going to run the markets for this one. So obviously, I'm really bullish on the dollar for the week here. I still see the US dollar as a buy, and gold hasn't really, like I said, gold did do a retracement going back down all the way down like 1235, where was it on Friday, and then a major rally going back up again. And so like I said, ultimately, from the lowest price off this wick, it's never come back to retest 1160, and it's just been going back up, regardless of where the US dollar is going. So that's why you're gonna have to start looking at different. You're gonna have to look at two different charts and split the charts out. So don't want to get too caught up in looking at inverse correlations right now. Australia, I am still looking to sell Australia. Let's see here. My next target would be 71 cents. That would be where I plan on taking profit based on the weekly chart. Or it could, like I said, if not, you probably might end up just seeing this structure here for a bit. Like I said, we're in the last month of the year, and it could very well just create these kind of candles here, these previous candles here, or these little candles here. So it gets kind of confusing when you look at these candles, because you don't know what the direction of the trend is going to go. So, but like I said, my target would be to target 71 cents. New Zealand hasn't really done any major movements, especially on the trend here. Now it did came back up, and I'm looking for it to send it back down. So this might be a while. We might end up just seeing this structure here for a bit. going up and down 68 cents, back to 69 cents, maybe 67 cents, but who knows? Depends how volatile and how they're going to correlate with the US dollar. Euro is trying to retrace back up right now, but I am still looking to sell it back to 112 long term. We probably won't see 112 anytime soon. Maybe if they take a big hit for the massive for the interest rate. So that's what I'm looking at right here, is to break this 112 structure, and then we could probably see 108. Now I'm just talking about long term. So now for this week, like I said, it might end up just seeing it bouncing up and down. With the pound going down, well, based on last week's price, 1248, I am still looking for it to keep going down and come test 124, because then it will come break this support price. And there's really no other support until, based on the week chart. I mean, once it comes into breaking 124, then what is this, 122, and then this is not support, but this is the lowest price to come test at 120. It hasn't come back. I said the pound hasn't really come back to come test 142, and that was April. So maybe it might come back after tax season next year. Never know. Let's see here. UJ, crazy retracement going back down. Looks like it wants to repeat this pattern right here. How this candlestick looks very, very similar. And this was in the beginning of 2018, well, November. We'll look at November. And from November and up until coming up 2019, I mean, it's almost very similar structure, what it's been repeating. So I do have a trend line set up here. I'm just testing out to see if the candle is actually going to close below this trend line. So, and I like using it. I like using the trend lines on weeklies and monthlies because once it's out of that trend line, then I'm going long term on it. So it's not the first set of candles. It's like after like the fourth or the fifth candle that's really confirming it, then yes, I go ahead and do it. I want to do it for the first one, because then it gets confusing, because that could just be a retracement candle. The next thing you know, you don't know what to do with it, and then you're out of it because it came right back to retest. If you were trying to sell it and it came back and retest resistance again, and it broke resistance, then you're gonna miss out. So, not trying to confirm anything here. A lot of people are probably trying to see, oh yeah, you know, there's a lot of resistance up here. We're just gonna sell all the way back down. And the question is, where are you gonna sell all the way back down to? So, plus this weekly candle hasn't closed yet. Like I said, if I'm bullish on the US dollar, UJ is gonna rally back to 113. I'll go past that. Maybe it might touch 114 again. And if it actually does close above 114, then I am going to be strong on 115 here. Really bullish on the 115 price, because that's all I'm waiting on. USD Swiss franc, very similar structure. I mean, you can see almost kind of like doing what this one's doing, this one, highlighting a lot of key past events on candles. And so, but once, like I said, on Wednesday, I'm really bullish on the rate hike, so we're gonna probably send it back to the dollar. Once it breaks a dollar, then I want it to come test the 103 price. USD CAD is really strong and bullish. Hasn't decided to come back down. It is not correlating with the US dollar whatsoever. Canada's taking a huge hit on oil, and what else is taking a huge hit on? Like I said, oil is taking a major hit, and you gotta remember that Canada's main export is oil, so the economy is driven by oil. So really, I mean, you can see how many bull candles you see versus a bear candle from where it's been going. So that's another thing to pay attention to. Like I said, USD CAD is not following the US dollar whatsoever. But other than that, like I said, basically I'm gonna buy the dollar for the rate hike, and that's just me. I mean, that's what I see so far. Obviously, the dollar's gonna have its retracement for today and tomorrow. But other than that, I'm really bullish on the FOMC and what the Fed's gonna do on Wednesday. So yeah, like I said, Wednesday is your turnaround point. Wednesday is the midday of the week, and Wednesday has the most high impact news. And if you're not looking at the high impact news, you got Canada's releasing out their stuff in the morning, and then also we got the Fed coming on in the afternoon in the New York sessions, and then we got BOJ coming out for their interest rate decision, and then you got 5 high impact news for Australia, right? Yeah, for Australia, and so that's crazy. That's really crazy. Plus, you got New Zealand's GDP as well. So this Wednesday is going to be a killer day, especially if you love trading high impact news, which I do. So, but the biggest move will be coming from the Fed for the U.S. Other than that, I wish you guys much success for this week and kick off, today. And don't just be trading just to trade. I mean, make sure you have some kind of financial goals, some profit goals for the week. Understand that Wednesday will be the most volatile day, and like I said, don't put yourself in jeopardy. And like I said, you shouldn't don't get caught up in the mix of what's happening, and so think long term, look long term, and focus on your long term. Unless you're a scalper, then yeah, you can scalp all day if you want. That's not me though. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I know this got caught up with family and everybody yesterday, so that is all I got with you guys. And pay attention to crypto. Let's see. Bitcoin's trying to come back up right now, so I would pay attention to Bitcoin. Remember that I believe it was today or yesterday that Bitcoin skyrocketed to 19,000. Can't remember. It was one of these days. December. So yeah, anyway, so very important to pay attention to where crypto is headed. Coinbase is just releasing out some more stuff, which is cool. I'm following Coinbase, so that's it. That's all I got for you guys.